Well, just there, what frustrates me is that he's come out and said, certainly about the Leeds and Bournemouth games, that he knows that they're going to be a tough game. Well, so then that responsibility then has to lie on the players. You know, then players need to know that away at Leeds on a midweek fixture, away at Ellen Road, that you need to approach that differently to Arsenal at home or Spurs away. They're totally different, you know, and that's the sort of mixed signals that just throw me off. I mean, and like I said before, for Chelsea not to have 2 consecutive home wins back to back, you know, for a team that's really striving to sort of be at the top of the tables, is really poor from them.
And when you were at Chelsea, obviously they had such a great home record, didn't they, for many years, and that's the problem. If you take those games in isolation, that Tottenham, obviously Wolves, Burnley, that was a fantastic performance. You know, because I think they lost. Man got sent off, didn't they? They did so well in that. Caicedo got sent off. They showed great character in that game. But then you go to Leeds, and Steve's right, and he said it's a complicated game. So don't overcomplicate it then by playing out from the back and asking questions of your 2 centre-backs that aren't really comfortable on the ball, like Tosin plays it back to the keeper, they lose the ball, all of a sudden the ball ends up in the back of your net, you don't deal with set pieces well enough. That becomes a difficult game, so don't complicate it. Then they go to Bournemouth. That looked, at the time, I watched the game, it was a really poor one, and that doesn't look like such a good point at the moment, with obviously everyone beating Bournemouth at the minute. Yeah, good result against Everton. First half against Newcastle, really poor. Second half, excellent. And then today, for an hour, fabulous, absolutely brilliant on the front foot. We were both waxing lyrical about it. I think this game could end up 2-3-0, and now Chelsea have got a resurgence. But now he's doing exactly what he looks like there, and he's probably scratching his head, thinking with his staff, how do I get this again? How do I get the consistency out of these players? Look, I think getting Cole Palmer 60 minutes, what did he get, 65, 70 minutes into his legs is important. I wouldn't make that a story. That was always going to be the case. You've got to manage him very carefully. He's had a few, I think, groin issues. You have to make sure you get him back into his rhythm of his game very carefully. The last thing you want to do is pick up a secondary injury. To get 70 minutes, they should be really pleased with. But there are still a lot of positives when I see this Chelsea side, but the frustration will be the consistency, and you can see what that manager's alluding to.